Այս լույսերը կարող են գտնել դիմացինը։ Չէ, հետականորեն։ Մի հատ ես մաչ եմ You can take the flyers with you and later use this information for connecting with the teams for any types of questions, investment opportunities, or network connections. You also have QR code or a link there, Pigeonhole, which will be used for asking your questions. So after each pitch, we'll give you about a minute to formulate your question, and then we'll be giving the team about 5-6 minutes to answer each question. It's important to highlight that our teams at this moment are idea stage teams, and they have worked 5-6 months to understand whether their ideas are worth for starting a venture. So hopefully you'll take part in this wonderful event till the end, and afterwards we'll have a networking session with some catering, and please use the 6th floor door to go to the networking area. So we can begin with our very first pitch, Zlink.
Welcome everyone. Please pick up an object here. That might be your computer, your headphones, or anything. And try to imagine what it looks like when you were a child. For example, a phone, a device we're just making calls, but now it's a computer in our hands. But what about these two pictures? Can you spot differences? Well, now we use markers instead of chalk, we might have smartboards, other cool stuff, but my little sister's curriculum is exactly the same as my parents'. In her final years of high school, she received no career guidance to choose a suitable career path. And moreover, being interested in biology and being the only one in the class, she had no peers to share her motivation and enthusiasm with. So we highlight three main problems, which are the inflexible curriculum, absence of career guidance, and absence of after-school clubs at schools. And we, as a startup, question whether there is something that we can do about that. So, hello, I'm Diana, a co-founder of Sling. Sling helps teenagers in their career planning and also helps them to find and to see their future differently. So, in order to grab your attention here, to break the conventional type of pitching, I want to present to these numbers. So, during our 6 months of existence, we have more than 1,400 registered users. We have organized more than 70 live meetups, a lot of video courses recorded, 20 camps and 8 contests. Moreover, the Global Lab from UNDP and the Ministry of High Tech have found value in what we do, and we received in total $23,000 to kickstart. And now, intrigued by what is behind all these numbers, let's see what we do. So in order to solve the problems that I've mentioned, we have created an Armenian mobile app, which consists of 4 main parts. So let's go one by one. During the live meetups, teenagers join an hour-long interactive lectures about various professions and topics. So for example, Anna is from Gapan, interested in data science, joins Maro's lecture about data science. She gets knowledge and also practical advice from her. So in the video library, we have myriads of topics and professions which the teens can watch. So here we value the most the speaker's ability to inspire and to motivate them. In the contest part, so let's explore this through an example. There is a company, online school called Mandarin. They were dealing with problems finding their logo design. So we take this problem, we put it in our app as a contest, and this lady, Svetlana from Belarus, sent this adorable kitten one. So this is what this part is all about. And the feed is there for our users to post their educational publications and insights. And in the forums, they can engage in various discussions about their favorite topics. So we target 13 to 18 years old children from Armenia, and there are 140,000 of them. The go-to-market strategy is very easy, and the Generation Z, they all use social media, influencer marketing, and also blogs and blogs. So until we get enough users to be attractive marketplace for advertisements, we're financed by grants and sponsor companies, which will then become the foundational partners. And after, we'll also promote educational events and initiatives in the platform. So compared to Tumo and Khan Academy, our content is purely online, goes beyond what is in school curriculum, and is free of charge for everyone. So this March, we'll release our sophisticated application. This year, we'll finish the 30 courses on modern topics and professions, and in 2024, we will scale up to diaspora. So together with our second co-founder, Levon, we have working experience in our foundation, Khan Academy Armenia, and Tumo, which gives us a valuable insider view to all these things. So with Kima, who has a master's degree in innovation and entrepreneurship, and also working experience in an international firm as an auditor, and with our other team members, we make Sling come true. So for now, we look for grants, for partnerships, and also for a network. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Diana. Now let's clear, yes, you can use the QR codes and also the links inside you, in front of you to ask your questions. We can begin with the very first question. It asks, how will you be engaging teens from diaspora?
Yes, a very good question. We are thinking about finding the influencers in the diaspora social network, and also making more deep market research to understand in which schools the teenagers go, what they learn, and to use also the social media and also our network in diaspora, which might be our friends, our relatives, and other people, to reach them.
Thank you. The next question. As a parent, how can I be sure that my child is in the right path?
In the right path, you mean career right path, or if in career right path?
I think in education.
Yeah, okay. So Link offers a lot of professional paths. So we experts, when they sign up, they choose their interests. So, and based on those interests, we customize the feed. By interest matching techniques, we suggest them for people, courses, events, contests, etc. But during all the way, the child, the teen, can always adjust the interest. So the feed is always flexible. I guess, but to be like 100% sure, the parents should communicate with the child more often, to ask questions, and also to be engaged in the process.
The next question. Where do you get the content from?
Yeah, cool question. We created. So we create the content from scratch. Of course, we cooperate with international organizations like to co-create the content. Like with UNICEF, we plan to co-create content about environmental protection, which means that we're going to use their media, but we will also create our videos, animations, articles, exercises, challenges, everything ourselves.
Thank you. The other question, how do you handle the privacy and security of the teen? I think that's a wonderful question.
Yeah, that's a very good question. So we had a private meeting with the ministry, I can't say the official name, which is, responsible for this stuff. The teenagers need to be 13 years old in order to get into the platform, and to ensure that we have, for each child, we require a kind of like a document that might be the certificate, a childbirth certificate. So afterwards, we use our like fake accounts. We go through the forums, through the courses, comments, and everything to see whether there is anything to harm the child's privacy and in general to be harmful. And also, in a later stage, we are going to implement the keywords, like for example, some bad words which the AI will detect and to automatically inform us that we can just go and investigate the case. So did I answer the question?
Are you planning to cooperate with the Ministry of Education? I think this was partially answered.
Yes, we are in an emailing relationship with them, so it's in process.
Thank you. Why are you named Link?
Yeah, I am so happy that somebody asked this question. So we are dealing with the Generation Z, and we took the Z and the link. We just changed the I to double E to sound cool, and so that there is no other identical name in the world. So that's why we're called the Link, linking the Generation Z.
Great. Do you offer certificates for the courses?
Not for now. No, we don't have. For this stage we don't plan this, but we have thoughts about doing it. But for now, no.
Thank you. What is your final goal and how it looks like now?
Yeah, our final goal is that like when you go into the class and there are like 10 people there, some of those are Kerazan-sync, so they have a high performance. Others are not, but we envision that like 8 from the 10 understand that their career path might not be the one that their parents envision, or maybe their friends, or it's shown in the TV. We want them to go to Link to see what is there in the world in general, from hair tracing, from repairing cars to AR specialists, and we want them to investigate the professional world, to find what is theirs, and to be sure that what they find is theirs actually works. And there are professionals in their field who work, they earn money, and they're happy. So we want to have 7 kids from 10 in an ordinary classroom to be confident in themselves for a better future.
Thank you, and given that we don't have much time, we'll take these final 2 questions. For this to be used in rural Armenia, do you intend to complement the equip programs to assist people by smartphones again in rural Armenia? Thank you. I think they mean whether you are going to help people to buy the smartphones.
I understood. Well, last summer we had a lot of camps in the regional areas to understand whether teens have the equipment or not. And in the majority of the cases they did, there were some kids like 2, 3 in the whole 5, 6 villages that we went who didn't have, and we wanted to cooperate with other foundations to give them the equipment. So we had that ideas, but we didn't do anything yet.
Thank you. And one final question: why people post videos on your platform?
Why people? In the people can post videos in our platform, not people, but the users, which means the teenagers. And the videos must be education related. They must have kind of an educational component in them. For example, if somebody thinks that Barack Obama is 100% AI generated and you cannot put it in the video until he speaks and to understand, and if they think that's cool and they want to inform other teens about that, we find no problem in that. So they post whatever they find interesting.
Thank you, Zlink, the most teen-friendly app in Armenia. And let's welcome our next teen called Optimus.
How much time and money is being wasted on corporate procurement? I've been working in banking industry and lead several departments and also oversee procurement processes, and I was curious about this question. Later on, making a lot of researches and interviews, we calculated that amount for office supply. And now I want to present you Optimus software as a service, which is ambitious to solve this 50 billion issue and double the efficiency in procurement operations. Let's see what are the key problems in this area. First of all, it's kickback risk and bribery. The second most common thing is manual processes and also overpriced invoices due to lack of competition. In our solution of Optimus software as a service, we offer automated reverse tenders. We offer intelligent workflows and automated risk detection. So let's see how it works. First of all, we onboard our buyers and they introduce their suppliers to our system. And each buyer brings a lot of suppliers to the system, offering extraordinary network increase for suppliers. Next, they place their request to purchase, and after it, the lowest price offer made by suppliers is being visible to all participants. And this price tag helps other suppliers to build better offers and overbid, and finally, best match and lowest price offer is being won. So what are the key value proposition from us, which will save time and money? First of all, it's about contracting, invoicing, billing, and everything automated. We also provide cost analysis and reporting to our customers and offer supplier sharing for better competition. From a financial perspective, with our SaaS, the customer will be able to save costs on their purchasing request and also identify out-of-pattern activities and manage kickback risk. Here is our main revenue stream, which we calculated based on 100,000 customers at our growth stage. Here we see that there are two components, subscription fees and also commission from suppliers. This is our go-to-market strategy, where we assume that initially we will onboard only one type of goods suppliers, let's say paper or pen or computer equipment to our system, and then starts the tracking of cost saving with our early adopters. Afterwards, creating an expanding network of buyers and suppliers in our system. Overall market size of office supplies is around 250 billion. which is growing at the rate of 2.4%, reaching to 280 billion annually. Well, what makes us different? So unlike our competitors in the same segment, we are not offering fragmented solutions for our customers, and we include end-to-end process automation for procurement. We are buyer-oriented. We offer first kickback risk detection, which is not available in any other systems. And also, we offer supplier sharing and easy integration of our system. Let's look at now our roadmap, which I have merged with our customer acquisition plan. First, we will run the MVP with 2 customers, which we have already get agreement to start. Then, with early adopters, we will collect feedback in Q2, and afterwards release our first version of Optimus. In the first version, we will have automated tenders, and after expanding the goods and service and networking, we will release our final product, which will include workflows, kickback detection tools, and also reporting. Here is our team, myself and Valen. We together brought to Optimus 20 years of relationship with corporate customers, 10 years of operations leadership, and also 10 years of automation and risk management. We together completed more than 200 process optimization. That's why we call us Optimus. Optimus, optimize with us. Thank you.
Thank you. We have many questions. I see some attendees are typing here as well. Is it like tender process?
Yes, it is automated tender, which will be applied to any purchase of company from another company. The only difference with reverse auction, we are not limiting time to 30 minutes or 1 hour for making bids, but allow suppliers to have more time to make risk-weighted decision and build their best offer to comply with that request.
Thank you. How do you detect, it's not clear how you would limit fraud and bribery risk. Could you please explain? Thank you.
I will bring 2 examples. One of them is out of pattern transaction, which is average market price for one good. If a company bought a service or product above that average price, it is a red flag. Another one, as the whole process is transparent and available in the system, whenever the procurement specialist will buy a service or a good above the lowest price and with no explanation why he or she is doing it, the company management and the owner will receive a red flag saying that here there is something going wrong and this is out of pattern activity. And all the companies have the ability to apply to us to make a deep dive analysis of that fraud or bribe.
Thank you. How do you detect likelihood of kickbacks? Okay, next question. How do you want to initiate the engagement of buyers without having an already established pool of suppliers and vice versa?
So, that's a good question. So, for that purpose, at the stage of MVP, we have already agreed with some companies using our personal network to test the application, the MVP actually with them. And the main purpose, the main motive for the buyers to come here and bring their suppliers is that they will try something new in their procurement process and understand whether it's helping them to save some time and money and change the way they were doing the procurement like for 20 years or more. And then when the buyers bring their already existing suppliers to the system, we also try to help them to bring more suppliers to make the environment more competitive, which is basically giving better prices at the end.
Also, one small addition, any company has a few suppliers, 2, 3, all of them can come to the system and from day 0, they can cooperate with each other. Afterwards, we are expanding the network, new buyers introduce new suppliers, and it offers exponential growth of supplier network.
Thank you. Who will be your first customer?
This is subject to disclosure.
I think no for the moment, but we also have two companies, one in insurance industry, the other is in manufacturing. Actually, these both companies are from our existing relationship. As I mentioned, we have more than 20 years corporate relationship with local companies. It's coming from my and Wagner's experience in the banking, and they will be our early adopters.
Thank you. Why would a supplier join your platform instead of other approaches?
All other, all other systems are paid for the suppliers. We are offering free of charge engagement and an opportunity to find new buyers from them. And also leave the barriers which exist in the existing marketplace, where each buyer is working only with one supplier. And we are now opening up the doors for all.
Thank you. What does kickback mean? We should have started with this question.
I showed it on the picture, but Mark will explain.
Yeah, kickback is actually another word for bribery. The process when someone gives money to back the deal with the company. Actually, that's the terminology used in this particular case. That's why we put there with bribery slash.
Overall market size in Armenia is around $100 million for office supplies. But globally, it is around $280 million.
I think, what was the biggest company you interviewed and what was their reaction? I think that's worth mentioning. One of our mentors is dealing with procurement in US, Illinois state. So probably if we are talking about the size, that's eventually the biggest one because that's like size of Army, I suppose. And the reaction was that most of our the problems identified by ourselves were validated because we saw that the problem exists in reality, not only in the environment we used to deal with, but also in the US and as big market as the Illinois procurement. That they had the problems with market transparency, with process automation, so that was the main reaction.
Good question. Just will add that whenever an outside supplier is being engaged and there is a part of kickback and bribe, this is inflating the overall invoice value. So suppliers are offering kickback or additional money and include that amount into the invoice. This is the reality. When we open up the market for all suppliers and everyone starts to equally compete, we are achieving the lowest price. If someone will take a bribe and offer the lowest price anyway, the company, buyer company, also wins because they buy at the lowest price and with open competition.
Thank you. And given that we don't have much time, we'll take only one more question and that's it. Let's pick the middle one. Just for no reason. How does this account for a situation when the lowest cost is not the best option?
This is another good question because we are comparing not only the lowest price but also the best match, and the winning price will be combination of best match and lowest price. What I mean saying best match, each time the buyer sets the requirements for the goods, and based on the matching argument, the system automatically decides best match plus best price. And also buyer company is always free to not choose always the lowest price, but also compare and make their final decision based on the quality.
Which is just to add, which is also raising the flag, because that's not something which can be done each time by choosing the lowest price, because that's some trigger for a red flag that not the best price was chosen by the operator.
Thank you, Bahadur and Tigran. I think we received very insightful comments. Even if we didn't manage to answer all of the questions, you can approach the team to ask your questions there. Now we have the most caring team. Wow.
This is Tom, a very enthusiastic and hardworking student. He wants to become a programmer, and he is very passionate about his studies. However, he is deaf. During the inclusive educational process, teachers are having difficulties to catch Tom's attention. He can't stay engaged during the whole class process, and also he is having difficulties to catch the sound signals around him. This is Tom. But there are many children like Tom who have such kind of problems, which makes their life very challenging. We know about this problem because our founder, Hyde, works in a special school for children with hearing disorders as a teacher. And he also has an experience of working with children who have autism or ADHD. So we understood that there are many children in the world struggling with this issue. But is there a solution to this problem? Hello, we are presenting the WOW project. WOW is a vibrating technological bracelet connected to a mobile app that will help to solve the attention problem during the inclusive education and will also help to catch the sound signals around them. The idea is to create a bracelet that will catch the sound signals such as alarm clock, doorbell, car horn, or barking of a dog, and will also be able to react to the name of the student. Currently, we are not planning to start manufacturing, of course. We are going to bring already existing bracelets from abroad and integrate our software into it. So our target group are children from the age of 6 to 14 who are diagnosed with autism, ADHD, or hearing disorders. And we are going to target their families and parents who will help them to use this product. Our market size in Armenia is around 10,000 students. We are going to pilot here. However, after that, we are planning to enter the CIS market because it is very similar to the Armenian one. And there we have a market base of around 7.4 million students. Our business model is mainly based on selling the bracelet itself. However, we are also going to have in-app purchases such as new features and new types of voices that the bracelet will be able to recognize. Our future steps for the upcoming year are starting from finishing the software itself in 3 months, after which we'll test it with already existing smartwatches so that we'll be able to detect any defects and problems that the app has, and we'll be able to integrate it to the hardware that we'll bring from the abroad in the 9th month. Our final goal for this year is to test our product in an inclusive educational setting in a special school for children with hearing disorders. We have several competitors in the market who are also making vibrating bracelets. However, we are the only one who have the feature of reacting to the name of the student. We are the only one who is targeting inclusive educational process, and we are also exceptional because we are going to design bracelets for children so that it will not only be useful for them but also pleasant to wear. Now with our team, me, Nina, Hasnik, Veronica, and Ahmed and Hai, who is our founder and who is an expert of this field and who brought us all together. So currently, we are looking for technical team members such as app developers, machine learning engineers, API integration specialists. And if you are passionate about this topic, if you share our vision, and if you think that your skills and knowledge can be helpful and can help us to help others, you are very welcome to contact us anytime with any type of questions. We'll be really happy to hear from you. Thank you.
We wearing masks. I know it's a little bit too late now, but if you have masks and you are not very inconvenient wearing them, please do so. We have had 4,000 cases today, and that's like a very big number. So back to our questions. How are you going to implement this idea in classrooms?
Hello everyone. So as Nina told, I'm working at the special school for children with hearing disorders. And also we have communicated with some developmental centers plus some inclusive schools. And due to this, we have some connections. So we are going to start with the school where I'm working in the special school for children with hearing disorders. And after that, we will integrate our bracelets into inclusive classes.
Are you building the bracelet as well? Okay, as I already told, we are not going to make a bracelet now. We are going to take already existing ones and integrate our software into it. However, in the far future, maybe we'll make our bracelets ourselves. Don't you think
that you will need a voice recognition component to avoid misinterpretations, especially in noisy environments like a class? So, of course, we will need that. At the start, as we told, we need some specialists, especially who are working with the sound processing. So that will help us to be more clear in this classroom atmosphere.
Okay, so when we were applying to EPIC, we were having a lot of ideas and good ideas, and one of our teammates, every time we made a good idea, she was reacting like wow, wow, and at the end we thought that maybe this is really a very good idea, and maybe for these children and for the people who have these needs, this can be a really wow idea, so that's why we chose this. How will we make sure that the bracelet is affordable?
So, as Nina told in the presentation, we are going to import some bracelets. The bracelets are going to be imported, very cheap ones, which are also compatible with the software. So, the importing materials are really cheap, so that the parents or the schools can afford them to buy these bracelets. How hard is for your competitors to integrate the name recognition feature? Great, thank you. Actually, in the case of competitors, none of them has the name recognition feature because most of them are designed for people with hearing disorders to catch the surrounding signals, and they are not highlighting the educational part. So I think they even didn't think about this feature.
Are the parents of the kids from your audience in Armenia spend money on buying such devices? How many of 10,000 students from your target have income sufficient to buy things like yours?
Actually, there are a lot of students who afford to buy such things, and even they are buying such devices for hearing aids. Also, parents of children with autism or ADHD, they are spending a lot of money on, for example, some educational games or some devices to be in touch with their children. So the bracelet is going to be very affordable, and also most of the schools, for example, our school have a lot of sponsors who also will be able to buy the bracelets for them. So that's it.
Are you going to make such gadgets for people with other disabilities?
Actually, we were thinking also about people who cannot see, but for the next time.
Thank you very much.
Now we have the team that will help you to manage your appointments. Calendars.
Hello, I'm Lucina, CEO of Calendars. Let me tell you how you will never ever forget about your appointment again. How many times have you forgotten about your appointment? I'm sure you have already remembered several of them. Can you imagine, on average, a medical clinic is losing 35% of their clients because they forget about their appointment and then feel embarrassed to return to the same service provider. On average, a service provider is losing 65 hours per week by talking to their clients for making appointments, setting reminders, and dealing with cancellations. All this by using different softwares and applications. What's worse, in post-Soviet countries, they use pen and paper. $89,000 per year is being lost because of all of this. Here we come with a solution, Calendix, which helps service provider to efficiently streamline their organization, which will increase their satisfaction and retention. How our value proposition works. First, it is an appointment management, which is doing automated communication with the clients through different channels, SMS, email, WhatsApp messaging, Viber messaging, and of course, virtual voice assistant. With 3-4 button clicks, you are making your appointment without downloading any application. Everything is being done inside the service provider. We provide also AI-powered CRM, reporting, data collection, and analysis. How AI-powered CRM works. It detects that a client is going to that particular service provider on Sundays at 11 o'clock and sends the appointment invitation to the client. And the client can accept and reject the appointment by doing several clicks and even can reschedule it. It's very simple. Our product consists of two parts, calendar and AI-powered CRM. For calendar part, we are making appointments, setting reminders, and doing cancellations. Then automatically segmentation is being done, retention journeys is being created, and of course the analysis and optimization part is being concluded. Here is our business model. We are working with monthly subscription fee with 3 basic plans, standard, basic, and premium. Our milestones you can see here. In 2022, we already have our product available in Armenian, English, and Russian. We are going to pilot this year with 5 aesthetic centers and then collect the feedback from them. We plan to launch our CRM and other features, participate in Expo here. And of course, in 2023, we plan to enter new market. Our MVP, as you can see, is ready. So, about the market size. We plan to target first Armenia as a test market, of course, then we plan to go to post-Soviet countries such as Kazakhstan, Ukraine, Belarus, and Russia. Our market size is $153 million potential revenue dollars with 256,000 users. The sectors we target are aesthetic centers, medical centers, and of course dental clinics. What about our competitors? The difference from our competitors that we bring is automated communication with the client and AI-powered CRM. And we want to stress that we are B2B supplier and our clients do not need to do any kind of application downloading. Our mentors, we want to thank our mentors at Epic for helping us to go through this journey. And for the last, I want to introduce our fantastic team. With our CTO, who is a full-stack developer and already has a profit-generating product for 6 years. Our COO, Ophelia, who has experience in partnerships and product development teams. Our UI UX designer, who works as a tutor and is a UI UX designer in Soft Construct. And me, I have experience in managing product teams and I'm specialized in Latin American market. Thank you.
Thank you. Typing, let's review the questions. Why not develop this as an add-on feature within other calendars instead of a standalone software?
We don't want, we are not going to be a standalone feature because we are going to have integrations with Google Calendar and other calendars. Ours is managing the reporting system because our calendar data is going to go to the reporting system and it also simultaneously goes to be integrated in the people's calendar who are going to provide us their emails. Ours is not going to change any kind of calendar system. It's just a supplement.
What segments you target?
I have mentioned about the segments, but I will repeat again. We are going to target aesthetic centers, dental clinics, and medical centers.
Thank you. How many competitors do you have? How it's different from your competitors? They mean, I think, the software, how it's different.
Yeah, we have the market is very full with competitors, but the thing is, it differs because our product is more local and we understand local needs. For example, there are a lot of competitors who are working in US. They are indirect ones from whom we can learn, but they are using prepayment methods. They are not B2B, but they are B2C. They have other features, and our differentiator maybe is that we are B2B. We provide AI-powered CRM that detects clients, how the client's behavior and suggests automatic journeys instead of people manual approach. And we offer automatic communication systems through SMS, email, WhatsApp, Viber. Just for example, you can receive a message from your beauty center or medical clinic who will say, do you want to make an appointment at 11 o'clock? You will select yes, and your appointment will be done. Or you can do rescheduling and see at what available hours your service provider can make an appointment.
We have a very specific question. Can you elaborate more about the $89,000 loss per year?
Yeah, sure. This is very generic number. It's an average number based on an average service fee. For example, an average service fee can be 7,000 AMD, and if a client is not coming to that specific service, this money is being lost. And on average, as 35% of the clients forget about their appointment and they do not return, if without the calculations, we will reach to this figure. That's how it was being done.
How are you going to use the collected data? Is it going to be sold to the third parties? You are targeting health-related services. Privacy, security is of most importance.
Yeah, sure. Of course, no. We are not data sellers. We are helping customers to manage their systems and operations in a more efficient way. And of course, there are going to be security systems to ensure our clients that their data is not going to be used in another method.
Thank you. Do you already have partners who will use the product?
Yes, we have. We have already 5 partners who are going to pilot our product. And we didn't want to disclose here in this event because first we wanted to target post-Soviet countries, but as I'm specialized in Latin American market, we plan also to launch our product in Uruguay, and our Spanish version is being ready in a couple of weeks, I think. So.
What's your voice assistant capable of?
For the start, it is going to be a very primitive one. It is going to call the client, and just through clicking numbers and buttons, you are going to make your appointment. But in future, after a gaming database, we plan to have AI virtual voice assistant, which will call the clients to make appointments, set reminders, and deal with cancellations. But this is in the future.
Thank you. We'll take 2 more questions. CRM market is quite flooded with great CRM solutions. Why don't you want to integrate with them and focus on calendar, appointment modules, and AI algorithm development?
Yeah, thank you very much for the question. Very interesting question. In reality, we are discussing the strategies, whether to build our CRM or to integrate and adapt based on this. And this is just in the business decision point of view now.
Thank you. And one final question. We can take both of them. In fact, what's the actual problem this product is solving? Have you established a market pool, product market fit?
Yeah, we have done a competitive research and we have talked to different kind of users who want to use the product now. Currently, we have even done interviews with the businesses who have failed in this industry. Especially, you can remember some cases from Armenia, and based on that example, we understood the product market fit, and that's why the features are being developed in this way. So we plan to have. That's why the B2B business model is being made, and that's why it's more without user downloading the application based on the market product.
Thank you. AI is a big field. Which approach do you use, or do you actually mean advanced statistics, supervised learning, etc.?
This is an interesting question. Unfortunately, our CTO is not here to give more details about AI. this is his domain. I can tell that the idea, what we want to achieve, but in what way it is going to be done, I can say. So the meaning, what we want to do is to detect customer behavior, to understand when the customer is coming to take particular service, and to send the appointment suggestion before the customer calls and wants to make an appointment. So we make the path more easier for the client. That's what we want to achieve for CRM.
Thank you. I suggest the person who asked this question approach Lucina. Maybe you can provide some feedback and recommendations for AI improvement. And we have our final team, the most stylish team called Where.
What to wear? How many of you asked this question in this morning? What to wear for work? What to wear for business meeting? Or simply what to wear for pitching? So why it is so important and hard to create the right look? Hi everyone, I am Karim, and in What to Wear we create AI-powered mobile application which will help people to find, get, and create looks according to their individual body type. I think everyone here will agree with me that clothing shopping process is very complex. Moreover, it's harder to shop online without having the opportunity to touch or put on clothes. 42% of US shoppers returned unwanted clothes in last year. So this is a problem not only for customers but also for retailers, because high level of return is into profitability on a product. Customers claim that the product not fit in size, fit, and color. 24/7 AI-powered stylists will help you to create your style, see your looks in your 3D model before purchasing, also shop from online stores, and plan your calendar. So how it works? For recommendation of clothes, the user must upload her picture, and then our system create 3D model of customer, understand body shape and measurement, then recommend clothes according to their style and size. Also, our users have an opportunity to upload already existing clothes and plan them in the calendar. Sales of apparel online in last year rose 25% to 180 million. As I mentioned earlier, it's a problem for retailers because in $1 billion in sales, they incur 106 million in merchandise return. It's a 10%. So by counting dissatisfied shoppers who had an issue with fit size, we calculated 268 million potential users. So how will we get money? Our primary revenue model is affiliated network platform, and we will get from 6 to 10% for each purchase. Also, we will have in-app purchases, in-app ads such as banners and pop-up advertising. What about competitive analysis? In the market, there are different wardrobes, site recommenders without AI, and virtual fitting rooms for some websites. But What to Wear is a combination of all these services: stylist, virtual fitting room, and wardrobe. So, meet our super team. We have technical support team, Nazanin and After, our AI specialist, and Arsen mobile app developer, our designers, Ani and Astrid, Ani graphic designer and Astrid fashion designer. Also, we have business enterprise, Shushan PR marketing specialist, Milena digital marketing specialist, me, CEO and founder, having background in computer science and management, and now working in one first business angel network department. So, for upcoming 5 months, we plan to launch our MVP very soon, add new features and testing. Also, in April we will add virtual fitting room, and in May we will have AI recommendation system, which we started to train now. So in August, we will have partnership with 20 retailers, and also I'm happy to say that we already finished our app development of our MVP, and we already have system which creates 3D model from one picture.
So be yourself, you create your look with what to wear, and follow us because we have already our test app in Android and iOS, and contact us. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Gary. And where is your profit from?
So, as I mentioned earlier, our primary revenue will be from affiliated network platforms, and we will get primary revenue from online shops and get commission for each purchase. But also, as an app, we will have in-app purchases and advertising.
Thank you. Have you chosen your today's outfit using your offered solution?
Actually, I was thinking about what to wear. I'm teaching already 2 weeks, and yes, with our designers and in my wardrobe what I have, which is the best fitting one.
Thank you. How do you ensure that an AI-powered system can really identify the user's body type and size and can be accurate?
Okay, hello everyone. So we already have this technology and it's used with image processing and to measure the size around bust, waist and hips. And we already test it and we usually get the right measurements. The difference can be just 1 or 2 centimeters. So we test 5, 10 people already tested. We'll continue to test it, and you can test it to yourself. So that's all.
Who are your competitors?
So in the market, there are different wardrobe applications which offer only uploading your existing clothes and some making some looks. There are some style recommenders without AI and virtual 3D models showing rooms which are integrated in specific websites of online stores. So we count them as a competitor, but we understand also that our system is a combination of all these services, so it's somehow unique.
How are you going to make my wife download your app and use it?
So it's our marketing strategy. Yes. We will have advertising in Instagram and also we will attend some events for fashion weeks, for example, and
Find the wife.
yes, and find the wife. Contact us.
Is it really needed to take a photo and upload it? Why not simply manually enter clothes size? It's more precise.
So actually, not many people know their clothes size. For example, I certainly don't. So it's a really good way to find your right fit. And another problem is that different markets, especially online ones, have different sizes. Like one for UK, one for Europe, one for Asia. And not everyone knows the difference if you're far from fashion and stuff. So just simply use our app by software while measuring yourself. So.
And will you offer integration modules for existing shop systems?
Now, as a business model, we will start with application and to try in all shops combining our app. These have 2 main reasons, because we want to provide more shops and more clothes to our supplier. And in the future, if we will integrate 3D model, maybe we will think about new 3D models.
Thank you. How important of the problem you are solving?
How important is the problem we are solving?
1 to 10.
Yes, I think with numbers, I already showed that statistics which we have, that 42% of US shoppers already returned their clothes. It's like a little bit lower than half. So I think it's a common problem.
I actually like to add something. We also solve environmental problems, because all of that producing clothes, we have lots of clothes in our wardrobe that we simply do not use. And we continue buying more and more, and it's actually an environment problem too. So we also looked at that. So we can use simply the clothes you have in wardrobe and not buy more and harm the environment.
We'll take one final question, and that's it for the question Q&A part. How to make sure personal data will not be shared after downloading the program.
We have privacy policy and terms of use part, so you can go there and you will check that we have those protections.
So we actually have this protection and we ensure that everything is okay. The only way your data will be used is to train our model and further battery to make your suggestions better.
Thank you, the most highly. For our pitches now, we are at the most exciting moment when we are going to give the certificates and also the owners of these bears. So we can, I'll ask Professor Dr. Michael Kuchapjan, EPIC Director, to be here to give the certificates. Wow team, please. Also, our Assistant Director, Dr. Nejde Hovanesyan, come here. What to wear? Our photographer left us at the very last moment. Kevin Dix. Optimus. And finally, Sling. Thank you everyone for attending. Please use the stairs, these stairs or the other stairs to go to the 6th floor. We have some catering, coffee and food for you there. Thank you very much for attending. Have a nice evening.